breakfast for the kids, homemade bread, spinach, egg, and orange with some veggie tater tots. Cheese and peas, that oven they were cleaning by. And then they gotta come and read their Bible storybook after. What Bible book is this? You can watch that. Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Jazz 130, what page are we at? Not Solomon's Bill of Tamil. The Songs of David, Songs of Solomon 213. The last days of Saul. So King David shows kindness. This is the story we're on. Okay? King David shows kindness. You see Arthur? Jesse, you see Arthur?
Yeah, I see Arthur.
Okay.
Skeleton.
Jesse, you're gonna have to take that volume of that thing down.
I know that song.
You know what song?
That song. What song?
Okay, Jesse, can you load this thing down? Alrighty. Alright, so
that's
Jess,
a good song.
are you rocking and rolling here? You're rocking and rolling.
I gotta go something.
You gonna go something? I'm just gonna make sure that I'm rocking and rolling. Give me a mic check.
Jesse, what?
Jazz, give me a mic check. Mic check. Just say mic check.
Mic check.
Good.
My check.
Okay, Jesse. All right, Jazz. So quickly, we can get over this really quick. Today we were talking about. So you read today to start off your day. King David shows kindness. Yesterday we talked about the last days of Saul. This was a quick one because we know after Samuel died, right? And David and Saul and the soldiers went out to defend their country, right?
He went to a witch.
Right. So Saul tried to find out what the Lord wanted him to do, but the Lord gave Saul no answer. So he decided to go to a
witch. That's the witch.
Yes, he decided to go to a witch so that he can raise up Samuel.
What is she boiling? That found it.
A potion.
That's right there. Found it.
Great job. So Saul wanted to raise Samuel from the dead, because remember Samuel died. And Saul wanted to raise him up, so he went to the witch, right? And then when the witch woke up Samuel, what did Samuel say to Saul when he woke up? What did Samuel say to Saul? He said, "Why did you wake me up from my sleep?" Right?
Yeah.
That's what he said. So this whole time Saul is looking for David, right? He's looking to try to capture David, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no. So that was the story before. The story before, and then David showed Saul that he could have killed him, and then Saul was like, "All right, my bad. Let me let you live. I ain't gonna follow you no more." And then he went to the witch. He wanted to see what was gonna happen in the future, and then when he woke up when Saul woke up Samuel said, "Tomorrow you would be in the afterlife with me." He says, "Tomorrow you're gonna be in the afterworld with me." So why did he even wake up Samuel? Just so that Samuel could tell him, "Tomorrow you're not gonna be in the living world anymore. You're gonna be in the other world with me."
What's the other world?
Everybody has to go to what is called the afterlife.
Oh.
Yeah, so Samuel was in the afterlife when Saul got the witch to wake him up, right? So that was that story. Anyway, so Saul died, Saul and his sons, and Jonathan, which was David's best friend, they passed, right? They buried them, and then David was anointed king, right? Over Benjamin, the tribe of Benjamin, then later on, Judah. people of Judah came and anointed him king. David was anointed king over Judah, and then later on over the whole nation of Israel. And then King David shows kindness. Who does he show kindness to? When you read the story today, who does he shows kindness to people? Okay. King David ruled over all of Israel.
King Saul shows kindness.
King David.
I know it says David.
All right. King David ruled over all of Israel and made sure that his people were always treated fairly and justly. One day, David asked, right, is there anyone from Saul's family still living? If so, I would like to show him kindness for Jonathan's sake. Okay? A man who had been one of Saul's servants said to David, Jonathan's son, Mephibosheth, is still alive, but he is unable to walk because both of his feet were hurt when he was just 5 years old. David then called Mephibosheth to him. Right? That's Mephibosheth, which is Jonathan's son.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid, David said. I will show you kindness because your father was my friend. I will give you all the land that once belonged to your grandfather Saul. The king said to the man who had been Saul's servant, take care of Mephibosheth's land for him. He will always be a guest at my table. So Mephibosheth became like one of David's own sons. But not all of David's efforts to be kind turned out so well. When the king of Ammon died, David said to his servants, I will show friendship to the king's son just as the king did to me. Right? So, what do you think about David showing kindness to Mephibosheth, which is his best friend Jonathan's son? Because remember, Jonathan died. So David said, you know what? Let me call Jonathan's son and show kindness to him. So he gave him a whole bunch of land, which was Saul's land, right? That land had belonged to his grandfather Saul. What do you think about David showing kindness to him? Do you think that was a great deed, a good deed? What do you think? Talk loud to the mic.
That was a good deed.
Okay, good. Good. So we're gonna go right. We're gonna continue the story. The story finishes right here. All right. So he sent messengers to express his sympathy to the king's son, but the leaders said to the king's son, David did not send these messengers
Then who
to express
did?
sympathy. Then who did?
Mm.
Let's see who did. They have come to spy on us. So the king's son had the messengers' beards shaved off on one side, right? And then clothes cut off at the waist. Then he sent them away. They were too embarrassed to return until their beards grew out. The Ammonites knew that their actions had made David their enemy, so they hired 33,000 soldiers from Syria and other places to come help them fight against King David. The Israelite soldiers fought in two groups, one against the Syrians and one against the Ammonites. When they started toward the Syrians ran away. Then the Ammonites also fled. After this defeat, the Syrians called for all their troops in other places to come back and help. This time, King David himself led the Israelites. They killed 700 chariot drivers and 40,000 horsemen. Even the Syrian commander was killed. Afterward, the kings who had helped the Syrians made peace with Israel. The Syrians were afraid to help the Ammonites fight Israel after the defeat. So David was a man of war, right? Mm-hmm. Right, Jesse? Mm-hmm. David was a man of what? War. He was the king of Israel. And it just shows you that sometimes you would be nice to people, but for some reason or the other, they still show you they are mean, because David was being nice, and this other king was being mean. So David just killed them all. Right? How much? 700 chariot drivers and 40,000 men. He killed them all. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're gonna continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be David and Bathsheba. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any closing remarks? Anything you thought about the story that stood out to you? I like the fact that Jonathan's son, Mephibosheth, he was shown grace and compassion, and he got a lot of land. And then he also got a helper, someone to help him because his legs weren't too good. So
I like that David was kind.
you got to talk louder because remember you took your mic off and you wasn't supposed to take your mic off.
Yeah. So I like that David was kind.
To who? Your mic again. You keep doing that. There's a reason why your mic was clipped to your shirt. Go ahead. Say what you were saying now.
I mean, it's basically nice to everybody.
You thought so?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
No, because
Yeah, no, but because he killed some people.
yeah, even though he killed them for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Because he was fighting against people who did not who were evil.
All right, I want to go on my iPad now.
Okay. All right. So tomorrow we're gonna go to the next story. And thank you for joining us. Peace out. Any words to your subscribers and your viewers?
Nah.
Nah. I say that. Peace out. Jesse, say peace out.
Peace out. I could play Roblox on my tablet or my phone.
Tablet.